Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
It's no secret that WWE went too far with the storylines during the Attitude Era. A wrestler-cum-lawyer recently claimed that Triple H could have spent the rest of his life behind bars if it weren't for a kayfabe world. WWE ran an infamous love storyline in 1999, which saw Triple H crash Stephanie McMahon and Test's wedding ceremony. The Hunter interrupted them right before their wedding vows. He showed the WWE Universe footage of himself taking an unconscious Stephanie McMahon in his car and consummating their marriage at a little white chapel in Las Vegas. The program culminated with Triple H beating Vince McMahon in a no-holds-barred match at Armageddon. That night, Stephanie cemented her heel turn by turning on her father and embarking on the McMahon-Helmsley era. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Harvard-educated lawyer David Otunga revealed what would have happened to Triple H had he committed these offenses in real life. The former Nexus member said not only would the game have been imprisoned for 40 to 80 years, but he would have also not been sitting at the creative helm today. So, if we look at this thing in its entirety and we add up all the potential state charges, federal charges, felony charges, Triple H could be looking at between 40 and 80 years in prison. Yeah. So, it's a good thing that this is just in the kayfabe world storyline-wise. If Triple H were looking between 40 and 80 years, I can tell you one thing right now. He would not be running WWE Creative. In fact, he should be running to David Otunga, attorney at Raw, to get him out of this. What's next for Stephanie McMahon in WWE? Stephanie McMahon rarely makes an appearance in WWE these days. But the billion-dollar princess will make her presence felt at Saturday night's main event on December 13th. Stephanie recently announced that she will be co-hosting John Cena's Last Hurrah alongside Joe Tessitore. "I'm actually co-hosting with Joe Tessitore, I'm going to have to rein those emotions in a little bit." It's an emotional time for Stephanie McMahon, as she prepares to take her rightful place in the Hall of Fame class of 2026. John Cena, who is set to face Gunther in his final match, is also rumored to headline the Hall of Fame ceremony next year. The WWE Universe was thrown into absolute chaos today after an explosive wave of rumors, speculation, and internal leaks suggested that Triple H, WWE's chief content officer and one of the most influential figures in modern wrestling, could be facing between 40 and 80 years in prison. What began as a whisper backstage evolved into a full-scale wildfire online, leaving fans worldwide in disbelief, questioning how something so unimaginable could happen to a man who reshaped the industry. For the last decade, Paul Triple H Levesque has been the architect of WWE's creative resurgence. From rebuilding NXT into a global brand to overseeing a new era of storytelling on Raw and SmackDown, he had become the beating heart of the company. Yet today, the silence from the corporate office was deafening. No statements. No clarifications. Nothing but the mysterious phrase circulating internally. The situation is serious. A storm begins. According to sources inside WWE, again, fictional for this story, the issue began as a routine audit, standard practice after the company merged with Endeavor. But the audit allegedly uncovered what insiders described as anomalies, irregular decisions, and contracts handled outside traditional structures. None of this directly implicated Triple H at first, but his name appeared in more documents than expected. Then came the internal investigation. And that's when everything spiraled. Triple H reportedly took temporary leave from certain executive duties weeks ago, but at the time, WWE posted it as a scheduled personal break. The company insisted he was fine. Fans thought he might be dealing with health follow-ups from his past cardiac issues. But backstage insiders were telling a different story, legal teams were asking questions, federal offices were requesting files, and something massive was brewing. The rumors explode. The shocking number, 40 to 80 years, first appeared in leaked internal message boards used for legal coordination. No one knew how accurate it was, but the number was there, bold and terrifying. Wrestlers backstage reportedly froze when they saw it. One SmackDown star was overheard saying, "If this is real, the entire company's about to collapse." Another superstar was pacing, shaking his head, repeating, "No way. No way Hunter goes down like that." Within hours, the rumor escaped the walls of Stamford and landed on social media, sending fans into a frenzy. Hashtags like #FreeTripla, #VineCrisis, and #Hunter did nothing wrong began trending globally. Stephanie McMahon breaks down. Perhaps the most emotional reaction came from inside the McMahon-Levesque family. Stephanie McMahon, who returned to support WWE production weeks ago, reportedly broke down in a private meeting after lawyers presented the potential charges. She was said to be in disbelief, shaking her head, whispering, "This can't be happening. Not again. Not after everything we've been through." Sources described the room as completely silent, with several longtime executives visibly shaken. Stephanie has always been fiercely protective of her husband, and seeing her world collapse like this left many people heartbroken. Wrestlers react with shock and fear. Several big names expressed immediate concern about the company's future. Roman Reigns is said to have called a private meeting with Bloodline members, saying the locker room must remain calm until the truth is known. Seth Rollins was reportedly furious, asking why no one informed talent earlier. Rhea Ripley, who respects Triple H deeply for giving her major opportunities, was seen in tears after hearing the news. Shawn Michaels, Hunter's closest friend, became emotional and reportedly left the Performance Center early after spending the morning trying to call him. One rising star told reporters, "Triple H is the reason many of us have careers. If he goes down, the whole creative direction, everything, changes overnight." Sponsors and networks are nervous. Fox, USA Network, and Netflix executives are said to be in constant contact with WWE's top-level management. While the content of those conversations is unknown, one thing is clear. They are worried. Very worried. Companies investing billions in WWE's future need stability. And right now, WWE's most trusted creative leader is at the center of the storm. The locker room goes silent. Backstage atmospheres at Raw and SmackDown reportedly felt like funerals. Wrestlers who normally joked around or rehearsed promos spent most of the time whispering, scrolling through their phones, refreshing feeds to check for updates. Even the production crew was distracted. One veteran said, "You could hear a pin drop. I've never seen people this scared." Fan outrage and support erupt worldwide. The WWE Universe immediately divided into two groups. Group 1, the Defenders. These fans refuse to believe any allegation, insisting Triple H is a victim of corporate politics or misunderstandings. They argue he saved the company from declining ratings, pushed women's wrestling to new heights, and rebuilt trust with fans. Many wrote emotional messages online. "Without Triple H, wrestling dies. He built NXT from nothing. They better not throw him under the bus." Group 2, the Skeptics. Others question how deep the alleged misconduct goes. They demand transparency, pointing out that every large corporation has its hidden battles, internal rivalries, and dark corners. One fan wrote, "If the number is that big, something huge happened. Does Triple H know the full extent?" Inside sources claim Triple H is cooperating fully and has already met with legal advisors multiple times. Those close to him say he is calm, collected, and determined to clear his name, though the weight of the situation is clearly affecting him. He reportedly told someone close, "Whatever happens, I love this business. The truth will come out." The future of WWE hangs in the balance. If, even hypothetically, the charges progressed and Triple H truly faced a sentence between 40 and 80 years, the outcome would be catastrophic for WWE's structure. Creative leadership would be thrown into chaos. Long-term storylines would be completely rewritten. Developmental programs would lose their architect. Future signings would hesitate to trust the company. Morale would plummet across all divisions. Triple H isn't just an executive. He is the soul of the modern WWE renaissance. Losing him would shake the company more deeply than any talent departure, merger, or public scandal in its history. But is it real? Or an overblown rumor? At the moment, no official documents have been released. WWE has issued no public comment, which only fuels speculation. Until a statement is made, fans are left in limbo, torn between fear, denial, shock, and frustration. Even if the rumors are exaggerated, the environment around them has already caused massive emotional shockwaves. Final thought, a story still unfolding. Whether Triple H is innocent, misunderstood, or facing the most serious crisis of his life, one thing is certain. The WWE Universe will never forget this day. The silence, the rumors, the tears backstage, the fear in the locker room, this moment has already changed WWE forever. And until the truth comes out, everyone, from fans to wrestlers to family, is holding their breath.